Hello, everybody. It's me, Ross, and today I'm joined by Liam as we bring you the return of the Monday recap, where we round up the weekend's action and look forward to the week ahead. Liam, it's been a while, but we're back. 5 games have been played for Town, one in the Cup, of course, 4 in the league, and the wait continues for the first win this season. A 2-2 draw on the weekend against MK Dons. A lot of things have been said about the game, but what's your snap verdict on a draw against Milton Keynes Dons?
Basically another one that got away. I think you've seen in every game that there's just been moments in each game that we could be saying something completely different. And Town could be sitting here with a maximum 12 points from 4 games. And I wasn't at the cup game, but by the sounds of the way it went, they had so many chances that night and didn't take them. So again, we could have been in the second round of the cup and have won all our games. And Saturday's was complete. Saturday at the moment is the running. It is just a mini chapter in what is an ongoing story at the start of this season at the moment. Just getting into good positions and then throwing it away. Really, that's what it's been. It hasn't been teams who have been doing anything to us, using any inspiration to beat us. It's Town beating themselves at the moment, and if that changes, then you'd expect Town to start gaining momentum quite quickly. Performances have been pretty decent though on the whole. They just haven't been complete, and then the mistakes are just costing them. And Saturday, no different. They're 2 really good goals, number of other good chances to put the game to bed, which is another theme, being not extending the lead and getting themselves into a commanding position when they're on top, and then giving away really soft goals, the free kick. Whatever you say about Fadke, about his positioning potentially giving him too much to do, he got there and he still managed to palm it into the bottom corner rather than get it round the post, which is a bit worrying. I call him Joe Hartris at the moment because of that. And then the second one's just, again, it's just an action replay of the first game against Morecambe with Wolfenden. It's just a slightly different circumstance, but it's just players not making the right decisions. And the more disappointing thing about that for me is Evans has come in as a guy that Cook has had at other clubs, and he's supposed to be the experienced one at this level, someone who's played at championship level as well under Cook, and he's the captain, and yet he fell asleep. He could have done anything with the ball. He fell asleep and got pickpocketed and conceded a goal. And then from there, really, you just didn't see Town going on to get back in front again and win the game. And actually, we're a bit lucky we didn't lose in the end. So it's a really strange one. It's one of those games that you kind of look and say, well, MK Dons hit the bar twice, so it's probably a game that, and probably dominated possession, a game that they were unlucky not to win. But at the same time, the moments of quality that Town produce and some of the attacking play that is starting to come better at that end of the pitch, Town probably should have won it. So draw's probably the fair result in the end, but it's just frustrating at the moment. It's just and it's nothing but Town themselves shooting themselves in the foot. And once that stops, then you'd like to think that Town will be too strong for a lot of sides and they will start putting together a good run. But it's just getting that complete 90-minute performance and stop giving away these really soft goals that are costing them points at the moment.
Definitely, we'll get that win sometime. Hopefully, anyway. Let's talk about quickly about the booing at full time. It was the first time I heard the booing. What's your thoughts on that? A very small section of Town supporters, but that's a beginning of, you think, Fans not happy with the results so far. We're entertained. You know, the games have been very entertaining. A lot of goals. Unfortunately, the goals we're conceding as well. But what's your thoughts on that? I'm sure you're in the North Stand, so I'm sure you heard some in there.
I think people just gotta be patient. I think that it's really difficult because the club has had a decade of absolute dross with one shining season in the middle of it against when they got to the playoffs under McCarthy. And everything else has been dross. There's been average, mid-table, not really going anywhere. And then obviously the last 3 years, we don't need to go through it all. Relegation and just been pant. So it's really difficult. It's a really difficult mentality to shake. As a fan base, football supporters are hypocritical, right? We're creatures of habit. We want to see our team win, and anything else is seen as a disaster. And it's a bit strange at the moment, but it's a new team, and everything off the pitch is looking great. The owners are talking a great game. Obviously, the new people running the club at the moment in their stead, in Mark Ashton and Mike O'Leary, are talking a great game. And look, overall, the club is going to be better off for it. But I think, although we looked at, and I mean, I remember distinctly being on a video in July, June, July time, talking about the opening fixtures, and I said it's pretty. There's a good chance there that Town could, with the games that we were given in that first month, that Town could win all of them. And actually, like I've just said, Town could have won all of them. And obviously we've got one more to go in the month, but they haven't. So as a fan base, look, we should be looking for better than what we've got. I mean, 2 points from 4 games against 2 teams that finished lower half last season and 2 newly promoted sides. Regardless of whether it's a new team and it needs time to gel, it's frankly not good enough. I mean, that those players, regardless of whether the relationships aren't there yet, they should have the quality to be doing better than that. And really, as I said, it's the mistakes that are costing us. So it's hard for fans to shake off that kind of sinking feeling after years and years and years of just turgid rubbish. So I can see it both ways. And look, we're fans. We're allowed to express our opinions in whatever way we want without any real consequence to it. And so if people want to boo after 4 games, then that's completely up to them. I won't be doing that. As you said, the entertainment value is much better. And I think the results will come and they will start to gel. And I've said this to a few other people. You look at the amount of teams that are in this division now who shouldn't. Some of the big clubs that are in this division, and how competitive that promotion race is going to be this season with the 2 automatics and the 4 playoff places. It could be for Town. It might be a bit of a godsend because it is a slow start and they are finding their feet, but other teams potentially may be taking points off others. So there isn't anyone completely running away with it yet. So it might be that Town might get a little bit of leeway to have this slow start, but we should be doing better. We should have more points on the board, but at the same time, I think it's very, very, very early to be pressing the panic button and starting the booing at the end of the game when the result isn't right. We just got to have a bit more faith that it'll come good. But basically, revisit that in a month's time, and if things haven't improved, then we may have to start seriously considering that things aren't what we were expecting. But I think 4 games, we're not even out of August yet. Let's just calm down. The The performances are getting better. The squad, there are places in that squad, people in that team who look absolutely brilliant. Edwards in particular, how on earth we've managed to snare him at this level, I think is a miracle. And once they all get used to each other, and with no game this week, more time on the training pitches will help. It'll become more of a cohesive unit, and hopefully we will see what we were all hoping we would see this season. And eventually, I think Town will be there and thereabouts when we come to the crunch end. So let's just calm down. You can't win a season at the start.
Well said as ever, and I think that's the perfect way to end it. As you said, it's a blank week this week. We've got AFC Wimbledon this Saturday, back at Portman Road. AFC Wimbledon, of course, they've started their campaign with a win, 2 draws and a defeat, lost against Sunderland on the weekend. But we'll wait and see. Of course, there'll be other content throughout the week, looking ahead to the Wimbledon game. But Liam, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for joining me once again. And we'll be back next week for another edition of the Monday Recap. Will we be talking about a win, Liam? Well, we'll wait and see on that. Bye-bye for now.